Okay guys, now we're going to look at this diagram and see when the new keyword is used, what happens to JavaScript's prototype chain. Okay, so number one, it says when the new keyword is used, JavaScript creates a new object and sets it as the prototype of your constructor, aka person.prototype, the one we just defined. All right, so whenever you define your own constructor, okay, JavaScript internally creates an object and sets that object to be your constructor's prototype. Okay, so your constructor's prototype is that custom object, and that custom object's prototype will be linked back to object base. Okay. Number two, when a new object has been created by the constructor, the prototype of that new object will be set to the constructor's prototype. And we already kind of know this from JavaScript's built-in constructors, such as array and so on, right? Okay, let's review. Person constructor constructs or creates a new instance, such as Bob, Tony, or Phil. When it creates Bob, Tony, or Phil, that prototype will point back to the person.prototype. So whatever the constructor creates, its prototype will always point back to the constructor's prototype, which will then point back to object base. And number three, we should already know this, the this keyword and properties in the constructor now refers to the new instance objects, right? Such as this.name now will be Phil.name or Bob.name, so on. Okay, now let's check this diagram on the right. Let's define our constructor function again, person. Okay, now let's call our constructor function. Let's do Phil. So now I have a new instance, Phil, right? According to this diagram, Phil's prototype must be the same as the person constructor's prototype. Let's check. Person.prototype. Remember, we can use .prototype if it is a constructor on the left. Okay. Is that equal to Phil.__proto? Yes, that is true. Now, according to this diagram, Phil's prototype should be object base. Let's check that as well. Phil's prototype, and then we're going to go one more, and we're going to check if it's equal to object base, which we can access by doing object.prototype. And yep, that is true as well. Okay, let's move on.